Minnesota Twins Royce Lewis is Minnesota nice, a gracious soul who thrives as their hitting enforcer, maximizing his moments after significant injuries delayed his young career. The overcoming third baseman delivers after being baseball's top draft pick, a franchise face whose feet are grounded by an embedded faith.
For a California kid, what makes Minnesota baseball distinct for you?
Yeah, for me growing up, especially in California, I always thought Minnesota, snow.
Totally.
Yeah, like 8-9 months of the year. But when you get up there, it's just so beautiful. It's so peaceful. In the summertime, I'm blessed enough to have the opportunity to play in the best months of the year for Minnesota. The Minnesota nice term is definitely a true thing. You feel that. Just so happy and respectful of the opportunity I have to be a Major League Baseball player.
When you consider all the factors that go into your development, what is the one thing that's become the primary catalyst for you to elevate that level of talent?
Something that post-draft, they told me it was me as a person and how I was and how I responded to them and how I acted that really brought them ultimately to make that decision of taking me #1 overall. The talent was there for sure, but they talked about what was the deciding factor between me and 3 or 4 other guys. That made me and my family the most excited and happy to be a part of this Minnesota organization.
There's a lot of players, though, that have premium talent. What separates Royce, even at a young age, is his heart and the attitude of gratitude that he brings. Royce is a coach's dream. He brings that attitude day in and day out. He brings a smile. He's very intentional about everything that he does, and he's very open-minded.
Overcoming can be a beast. Before 22. You tear the ACL, same leg, consecutive seasons. For that second time around, what did you pull from?
The first time around, I learned a lot about myself and where I needed to grow as a person, and I felt like I grew a lot. And then the second time around, it hurt a lot more, obviously, because I knew that the rehab was going to be automatically out for a year. In a sense, it brought me closer to him. It made me realize that baseball was not everything. And so now when I play baseball, I just take it for the gratitude that it is.
Royce, did you have to struggle with a why question? Why me?
If you don't, you're not human. It's that question of why me definitely was there. It was something that right away I was very upset with God, with myself, with, what could I have done different? And he opened a perspective for me that changed my life ultimately. And I'm still growing in my faith, and I'm always trying to continue to pursue God the best way I can, and I'm always learning. I feel like those pinch me moments, I get dreams and visions of hitting home runs or doing something with a teammate, talking to yourself. And I feel like it's just God talking to me, letting me know where I'm at in my life and that I'm on the right path.
You're the historic Grand Slam guy.
Yeah.
You've already made your mark. It's your signature.
Yeah.
4 Grand Slams in the fewest amount of games, 56. When those bases are loaded, Royce, how does that turn to your advantage?
Yeah, it's a simplicity approach for me. I think the pitcher, he's worried about walking me and letting it run for free. That's the way we look at it as competitors. That's like a free base and a free run. And so for him, he wants to compete and challenge me. And so I know he's going to come at me with his best stuff in the zone. And I'm just waiting for that pitch and do some damage with it and put it in the outfield. And I am blessed enough to be the one off the bat when those situations come and just rise to the occasion.
Those bases loaded opportunities.
Yeah.
Does that translate to a life that can be lived with productivity and efficiency?
Absolutely, it does. Yeah, I always compare baseball to just the game of life. You learn a lot. There's so much more failure in this game than for most is in life. I'm failing 7 out of 10 times, and that's a great Hall of Fame baseball career. But in life, if we fail 7 out of 10 times, we're probably in trouble. When I'm able to be productive and efficient in this game, good things tend to happen. And when I'm able to be productive and efficient in life, I feel like it definitely makes life a lot easier and a lot more fun.
The competitive moment provokes in you to rise to the occasion. How is the Christ that you walk with an unseen competitor on our behalf?
He did the ultimate sacrifice. And I feel like that's why he's the best competitor there ever will be. To do something that no one is willing to do, and to do it for others who may not be worthy, and to do it for just the kindness out of his heart. How wonderful of a moment. I wish I can go travel and see what that was like in that time and be with Jesus and walk with Jesus. I grew up from my parents just being, in a Christian household of learning and being a part of, Jesus. And then hopefully, I just got engaged as I become a parent one day. Thank you so much. As I'm able to teach my kids the same thing and have them grow up in a household where being a Christian man or a faithful man is safe and comfortable, and welcoming, to where you let your kid make that decision on their own, but you also show them the way and the light and the truth, because I feel like the truth is so important.
As a centerpiece of a major league franchise, what does the Jesus Christ that you companion with bring to you?
He brings a sense of peace. When I'm able to pray before the game and when I'm out on that field, I know that he's there with me. And sometimes you're in a situation that you prefer not to be in. I realize now, like my ACL, he's setting me on a path for a better direction. He says, you know, your time's not now, I have a better idea in mind. And that's kind of the feeling and the fulfillment I get from Jesus Christ that I have come to learn.
Tell me about the underrated value of humility. How have you embraced that?
Humility, to me, what it means is someone that has like a knight in shining armor, that armor underneath something that they may do great things, but they put it off to everyone else because they realize it's not them who's doing it. And that's, to me, is Jesus Christ. It's my parents. It's, you know, the rest of my family. And they're giving me that armor to be the man I am today and put me in the path to be successful.